Hello, friends. I'd like to welcome you once again to Shepherding with Joy with the eldership of Cedar Grove Church of Christ here today. Today we'd like to look at Satan and what are some of the lies of Satan. But before we do so, though, anytime we're considering our enemy, even in warfare, it's so wise to become acquainted, to maybe reacquaint ourselves with our enemy, in this case, Satan. The Bible has so much to say about Satan. Talks about what his agenda, his plan is for you and I. It's nothing good. It talks about all the different titles of Satan, the great serpent, the dragon. It goes on and on to any Bible student remembers all the different titles of Satan. So in saying that, it's wise for us to understand Satan, because anytime like we go to battle with an enemy, in order to be victorious, we must understand their power, their accomplishments, what they've done in the past, what they're very capable of doing in the future. And that's something we need to think on, is trying to serve God.
An adversary. That's one of the biblical terms referring to him. He's our adversary. And in that same passage that he's referred to the adversary, it says he walks about seeking whom he may devour. He only wants our destruction. Friends, there's none of us but what the devil wants you. In Luke chapter 22 and verse 31, the Lord said, Simon, Simon, Satan hath desired to have you, that he can sift you as wheat. He can destroy you. That's Satan's desire. When I understand what he wants of me, that he wants me to be lost eternally in torment, that brings to light the power of this enemy.
There's another point that I would like to make, Brother Paul, and when we think of Satan and some of the titles or names that are given to him, deceiver, and that plays in what you were just saying. Satan promises one thing, but he gives something else.
Totally.
He says sin is, just so wonderful, and everybody ought to be doing this, but he doesn't tell you the end result of submitting to him in his way. He is a deceiver, a master deceiver. He promises that he will take care of you, but if you listen to him, you're going to end on the rocks, so to speak.
There in Genesis, whenever the Bible first starts out, we see that Eve is talking with Satan. And the thing that Brother Randy just said about being a deceiver, that's what he did to Eve.
did.
He told what we would call a half-truth. He told Eve that you will not surely die, like God said you would. Well, that was kind of a play on words. The dying was not a physical death right then. The body did start dying at that particular point, but it was a spiritual death. It was a separation from God. And that's what we need to understand, that Satan, he will try to deceive us.
He did. Our Brother Richard in Genesis 3:1, the very first lie, he tried to cast doubt on the validity of God's truth there. When he said, has God said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? He tried to put some doubt into Eve's mind, and it worked, because it said he was so full of subtlety, so crafty, so tempting in his way he approached people.
And it's interesting that he only changed one word of what God had said. God said, you shall surely die. He added the word not, and that made all the difference.
He lies to us, and he's lying to us today. He dangles before us enticements, appeals of the world to try to get us to take our eyes off of Jesus and to look at the world, or to be involved in something. He lies to us. But John 8, verse 44 and 45 identifies Satan as not just a liar, but the father of lies. And we have already mentioned how he did that to Adam and Eve in particular, first in the Genesis account of the first family. Friends, there's so much more that we need to examine concerning Satan and his lies. Look forward to next time.